Will you please join me in welcoming Mr. Blair Aronson? Tell us a little bit about your background.
I was at the 3 largest firms, and I'll never forget, after 16 years, I was on Rodeo Drive. I asked my manager about a question about the products they were pushing, and his statement to me verbatim was, "Are you getting a conscience on me?" I vowed, I'd made a promise to myself, I would never, ever utter the words, "Hang in there, Mr. and Mrs. Jones. The market's coming back. You're in it for the long haul." And I never have. So over the last 20 years, I have taken a skill set that I'm told is unique, since I'm duly licensed, but I focus in something that is unique among advisors, and that is I am a distribution specialist. I am not all things to all people. I'm all things to many people. But the best analogy is, if any of you ever sat in my office, the first thing I'd show you is a big picture of a mountain. And people go, "Blair, what is the correlation between that mountain and my retirement?" And I go, plenty. Because if we suit up and put on our earmuffs and snowshoes, and that's Everest, I ask everybody, what's the goal? And they all say to get to the top. And my response is always the same. Well, guess what? I'm not following you, because my goal is to get to the top and back down again. And for those of you who have actually ever read anything about those who take that trek to Everest, where do most of them perish? It ain't in base camp. It's not even in the thin air. It's on the way down. It's counterintuitive. You would think the most challenging part would be to get to the top. But the distribution of money is exactly the same. I sit with about 400 people a year, and I have a little study I give everybody. I have never had anybody who can actually tell me how money works on the way out, because they've been dollar cost averaging for 40 years. You know, that's where you put $1,000 a month for 40 years into your IRA or 401k. So they figure in retirement, their strategy, it's not a plan, their strategy is, well, I'll just reverse it. If it worked to get me a few $1 million, it'll probably work if I slowly pull the money out until we see events like today. And it's called the sequence of returns. And if you stop at the table on your way out of here, Cynthia will give you the chapter I won an award for in Steve Forbes' last book about the sequence of returns. So here are the rules. You ready? Imagine averaging 10.1% for 20 years. You'd probably be hugging your advisor. Only spending 5, so you're spending half of what you were, quote, averaging, and you're penniless in 20 years. How is that possible? And the reason is it's real simple. Average returns mean absolutely nothing the day you retire. I don't care. For those of you who are chasing the market, I'm up 10, I'm out down 20, I'm up 40. Who cares? It's the order of the returns. So you have to get off the yield train and understand that money works completely different in distribution.